Hello world, I am Dmitry and I am the buyer of green coffee for the Fast Coffee Mission Company, one of the few in the world that specialize in direct trade of coffee from farmers without intermediaries and at fair prices. In my work, the main thing is to be the first to catch cuppings on farms through Central and South America, which is why I am always on move. Mainly by car, mainly on bad roads. Among the jungle of coffee countries, I am looking for unique and extraordinary coffee lots that can win the hearts of famous coffee roasters around the world. But somehow my life consists not only of visiting coffee farms, and today you will see an issue dedicated to the beauty of Costa Rica, a country with captivating landscapes, meditative beaches and nature reserve, and of course, with unbridled nature, overflowing, gushing with all the colors of the rainbow and beating your mind with eternal ocean waves. I deliberately choose a slightly winding road through the whole Costa Rica to show you one of its main attractions, the whale tail, and take you on a ride among the clouds over the impressive mountains of one of the most beautiful countries in the world. However, I could not miss the opportunity to drink coffee in the first slightly sleepy and imposing beach town I came across. A quick Google search brought me into a coffee shop on the main street called Café Bohio. I need to fulfill me with caffeine as there is a long road ahead to Whale Tail Cape.
Tony, muchas gracias. Gracias. We passed all Costa Rica from the Caribbean coast to the Pacific one, and honestly we was really tired yesterday to go till our final destination, Whale Tail Coast. And we decided to sleep in a pretty small village which called Jaco. It's a mecca for the North American tourists who came here just to spend a couple of days under the sun. And look, we find a really good coffee shop with hand brewing methods. Now we will try Costa Rica purple honey process. It's because of the coffee pergamino during the drying process start to be really violet. It's interesting coffee with very bright acid, with a lot of floral and fruity notes, some grapefruits, citric acid, very sweet naturally. Good coffee.
We endlessly stopped to shoot with a drone deserted beaches, mountain ranges, truly Swiss pastures differing from the Swiss only by a dozen palm trees scattered here and there along the horizon. All the time I wanted only one thing: to stay here forever, where in the shade of wild trees I could endlessly indulge in my favorite pastime for the rest of my life, reading books. Where are you, my beloved Hemingway? Worn out to the holes in my suitcase, but not from constant reading, but from the fact that you have been lying there for a year alone. You were stolen from me by my work, which requires full dedication, all my time and nerves. However, I have chosen this path myself, and even if it's sometimes incredibly difficult, I am glad that I had the opportunity to participate in changing the coffee world that has been established for the centuries on this planet. A merciless market where the result of the efforts of millions of people, often without access to modern education of medicine, are sold on the stock exchange market for nothing. Together, we can change the situation in 1 minute. Do you know how? Stop buying coffee in packs that do not indicate the country of origin and farm, and you will be surprised how much better the world will be in a couple of years. I promise. But along the way there are some pleasant moments. Our road is buried in greenery, hiding such incredible views behind every bend, capable of provoking an accident even more terrible, which happened to me in the previous episode. And finally we are here, Whale Tail, Costa Rica Marine National Reserve, probably familiar to every travel lover. This natural phenomenon attracts hundreds or even thousands of travelers from all over the world. I think it is not very surprising when you just walk along the endless beach. It's imperative to see it from ahead, and the operator and I, risking of our drone, swept over it before the beginning of the rain, snatching crazy footage of the beginning tide and thunderstorm. Enjoy it, guys! We are at the included breakfast at our luxury hotel at the beach. Brian Adams singing, the coffee is a real shit. And I'm asking two questions. Why everywhere when Brian Adams singing, coffee is so shit? So never go to the place where he's singing. And another thing, why always so like pseudo luxury places which offer you luxury accommodations at the beachfronts of different countries always offer you such a shitty coffee, when next time you will drink the woody bitter over roasted plain coffee, ask the owner, hey man, why your coffee is so overpriced? Why for these miserable costs of coffee beans in your cup of coffee you can't receive something good? There are a lot of good coffee guys in the world, and our mission is to open for you this incredible and powerful like this Pacific Ocean product. Well, my one-day vacation is over and I'm again turning to battle, crossing the entire country through endless palm groves and mountain ranges. We managed to shoot this travel show just before the world lockdown, and now while recording a voiceover monologue, I realized again how lucky I was. I was so lucky to see Costa Rica without masks on people's faces and with restaurants working. I was lucky to hug old and new friends and taste together the coffee from one cup. The coronavirus, which forever changed the world, could not change the main thing, the deadly beauty of our planet and still delicious coffee.
Just 30 minutes from the muy calientes playas of Costa Rica, and we are in the mountains. When we go up and up, when we saw this extremely quickly changing nature of Costa Rica, I understood that Costa Rica, it robbed my heart, and I understood what does it mean, Pura Vida. Maybe you know when you say hi, hello in Costa Rica, you should answer Pura Vida, which mean easy, funny, lucky, incredible, perfect life. Imagine when all country every day says this phrase billions of times. Of course, it should change something in the brain of nation. So, Pura Vida, Costa Rica.
And of course, I stopped at the first farm on the road to quickly taste and feel all the sweetness of the just beginning coffee harvest. After all, coffee harvesting is the key to the taste of coffee in your cup. Let's try to understand why.
Finally starts my favorite time of the year, time of the coffee crop. Look, cherries are already a little bit ripe. In this part of the very nice farm at Costa Rica, you can see the both varieties of Arabica, red one and yellow one. It exists two more, orange and pink. Look guys, what the incredibly inclined hill is behind us. I honestly can't imagine how coffee pickers not only can pick 100 of kilos by day, but how they can bring this huge bag of 100 kilos of coffee cherries to the station. I'm already addicted for the taste of the fresh coffee cherries. They are super sweet. And this sweetness we should feel in every cup of the coffee every day.
But these mountains probably don't care. They look indifferently at you and me, covered with caps of clouds just like millions of years ago. They don't care about coffee, about farmers, but I care. I will take you to the world of coffee, real, captivating and exciting, sweet and fruity, citrusy and caramel like Costa Rica, which has opened up to me on this journey like never before.